Someone or something is trying to control something within you. This could be another person, a group, or even an aspect of yourself that's trying to protect you in some way, but it's a trap. It's a facade. And deep down, your soul knows that. This is going to be a reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, or any other major placement in your chart. Even if you're not a Gemini, if this reading started automatically playing, trust that there are messages in here for you. So we're going to pull tarot cards in a minute, but I do want to read from the guidebook because I do believe there are specific messages that the Gemini collective, anybody watching this video, needs to hear right now. So the first card that came out in your pre-shuffle when I was tapping into your energy is mortality. You are experiencing a death which is sending ripples out into other parts of your world. This death is akin to a spiritual awakening, as previously held beliefs are no longer just being questioned, but they are now being dismissed altogether. These beliefs have been a lifeline for you in previous times, helping to keep you afloat when the universe was unable to make sense to you. But due to your recent spiritual growth, development, maturity, and insight, these beliefs and thoughts no longer sustain who you are and do not mesh with who you are becoming. This may mean you need to say goodbye to those connections made while you held on to this now dying belief, to leave those you once regarded as inspirations, sources of information, and spiritual leaders. There will be friends which you met along the way within this community that you now, for whatever reason, can no longer connect with and are unable to see in the same light anymore. My throat chakra is closing up, so that's connecting to the next card we're going to read, but there's something that's constricting your energy right now. This is the beginning of the death of your reliance on having others to show you the way. This death is now the birth of becoming your own spiritual advisor. I'm Olivia, by the way. This is Dark Goddess Moon Tarot. I don't think I remembered to say that. Okay. Caution. Something or someone long ago clamped a lock on you, which is preventing you from existing as a free and autonomous soul. The universe is telling you to be cautious, but also to be brave. To be cautious of who or what has placed this constraint on you, and if they perhaps want to bind you further. Some people are fearful of those who may see the world differently, who may have the ability to fly higher and further, who have an inner glow which causes others to gravitate towards them. See the lock for what it is, what it means to you personally. What is someone or something trying to control within you, to keep you contained and locked away in the dark? Ultimately, you know it is time to begin the brave process of freeing yourself from the binds of this trap. Remove the lock, release the burden. Pandora's box. People fear the opening of a Pandora's box for the trouble it may cause. The results of opening the lid provide a factor which is yet unknown. Therefore, many people stay away from situations they regard as a Pandora's box. You are choosing to avoid the making of a decision or the taking of an action due to the difficulties it could possibly bring you. Once again, the potentially painful and uncomfortable is being avoided. The situation is going to remain until you provide it with a resolution. You will need to make the choice and take what you believe is the right course of action. Instead of simply opening that box and dealing with what lays within it with common sense and self-belief, you choose to focus on only the negative events that may happen. Avoiding discomfort is running away from one's own shadow. Do not focus solely on the what-ifs. Choose to see this as an opportunity to face the potential pain and grow from it. Use it as a chance to witness your spirit evolve and expand. Just because it may cause you some pain does not mean it will not also bring you happiness and healing. Things which we perceive as good or bad are not exclusively just that. Be brave and choose to face up to what you are avoiding. Count it as part of your earthly journey and just one chapter in the story of this particular timeline. Whew. So if this is resonating for you, this is definitely your reading. If you're like, no, this is not resonating, then check out your other placements. I definitely recommend watching your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements, especially if they happen to just pop up on your feed on YouTube. Spirit's trying to talk to you, okay? So let's get some advice for this. Spirit, what does Gemini or anybody watching this video need to hear right now? Thank you. Anything else about this lock, this Pandora's box, this inevitable mortality? Thank you. Anything else? Yeah. Okay, yeah. There's a delay of momentum with the Eight of Wands in reverse on the bottom of the deck. First card that's speaking to me that flew out is the Two of Swords. This is absolutely delaying making a decision, right? The card that was after that is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So this could be... Oh, we also have the Three of Swords and then the Seven of Cups in reverse. So, making a decision to not decide to take action is making a decision. And that's putting a block on your financial abundance and success. It's putting a block on healing your heart. But you're going to be coming out of the illusion with the Seven of Cups in reverse here. You're going to be letting everything else sort of fall away. 717 on the timer. What is this Pandora's box? Hard work with Eight of Pentacles just popping out. It's hard work. Maybe this is a call to do shadow work. Oh, we just had the Five of Cups flip over. So Eight of Pentacles, Five of Cups. A call to do some sort of therapy, recovery, trauma recovery, or grief recovery. Judgment in reverse. There's like a lock on your soul's calling with the Ten of Pentacles and in reverse and the Judgment card in reverse. Judgment is a spiritual awakening, which when we read the mortality card, it said you're like on the brink of a spiritual awakening. Six of Cups in reverse. This is about childhood trauma, conflict in your life, whether that's internal and or external conflict in your life that's stemming from something from your past. So either childhood trauma or some sort of negative experiences, memories, imprints, patterns from your past that are causing this conflict in your life, this turmoil. King of Pentacles in reverse, likely to do with your ability to cultivate abundance for yourself and or your family, if that applies. Ten of Swords in reverse underneath that. So coming out of a very painful cycle in which you have felt completely defeated, betrayed even. But you're coming out of that with it being in reverse. That, or you need to. This is a call to And then you're going to get your Ten of Cups right underneath that. Yeah. So when you let the swords fall out of your back, metaphorically, that's when you're going to be on your path to your ultimate emotional fulfillment. Happiness, happy endings. I just saw 10:11 on the timer. So progress, progress. 10, 10, 10, really, because we have the 10 of Pentacles, the 10 of Cups, and the 10 on the timer. So that is interesting. 3 of Pentacles. It's time to come into collaboration with probably your spirit team, but this could also be some sort of counseling, some sort of collaboration on your healing journey. The Fool. Take a leap of faith on yourself. Believe that you can take the lock off. A belief, a self-belief that you can release the burdens. Release the knives out of your back. Once again, okay, so the correlations here. I want to go back to Pandora's box and the 7 of Cups in reverse, but also the 6 of Cups in reverse. Where did that card go? Yeah, it's like you wanna keep it hidden, even from me. So, from yourself ultimately, though, my love. I just saw 1144 on the timer. That's someone's angel number. So your soul, your higher self is like, I'm ready. I just saw 1155 on the timer. That's someone's angel number. Spirit's having me call a lot of angel numbers out for you, Gemini. So maybe you've been seeing a lot lately, but not really paying attention, not writing them down, not researching what they mean, not using your intuition to think about what they could possibly mean to you. 1213, something about progress, You're going to be making progress when it comes to these illusions that have been keeping you held back in your life, I'm hearing. Most people do not want to do the hard work necessary with that 8 of Pentacles. They don't want to do the hard work necessary by opening the Pandora's box, by going back to whatever past relationships or experiences or events or traumas or triggers that have been that have put the lock away on their happiness, on their soul, on their ability to move forward, on their ability to resolve conflict and heal heartbreak, because they're afraid of the pain the wounds that could be reopened, I'm hearing. Afraid of the wounds that could be reopened by going back to childhood, by working with a therapist and doing trauma recovery, childhood trauma recovery or trauma recovery of some sort. There's something dark here that you are keeping locked away. And while you may not have been the one that put the lock on your soul, it is your responsibility to remove the lock. You have the key, okay? It's a choice to remove the lid of this metaphorical Pandora's box. It's a choice to let the swords fall out. It is a choice to stop focusing on the pain of the past, the despair, the emotional turmoil and conflict. It's a choice to let certain things die, certain habits, beliefs, connections, relationships. It's a choice, it's a decision. And the 2 of Swords is not just a card about choice and decision, but it's a card about avoidance, really, which is why Pandora's box came out. So here's another correlation. This may be a choice you're not even aware that you're making by not making the choice. But if this is resonating with you, this is absolutely a call to do some sort of shadow work, some sort of exploration of the self in order to heal, in order to move forward. I'm going to switch to a different deck, the Empress in reverse, in order to birth an abundant life of nurturance. You're stuck, you're blocked. This is blocking you, honey. King of Cups underneath that, the King of Cups in reverse, I should say, is an energy that is emotionally dysregulated. So this is a call to learn emotional regulation techniques for some of you, because it's causing disharmony with the Lovers in reverse. It's causing disharmony. Okay, let's switch to a different deck and see what wants to come out. We're gonna do, I'm feeling called, Gemini, anybody watching, I'm feeling called to do maybe some, do I want to do journaling prompts or shadow work prompts? You know what? Let's go ahead and do, yeah, Three of Swords. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do both. We're gonna do both. Three of Swords coming out twice in two different decks. So, even though this is the card of heartbreak, and there are literal swords going through the heart, we have to remind ourselves that swords are the suit of thoughts, of mental conflict. And you have a lot of swords out here, honey. So this is not an emotional problem. This is a mental problem. But it feels emotional with that King of Cups. It's also an emotional problem. It's not like it's just one or the other, actually, because we did have the King of Cups in reverse come out. It's all tied in. It's all connected, right? But this being emotionally dysregulated makes it harder to think clearly and make a decision, to take the steps necessary to put in the hard work that is required in order to come out of the heartbreak and the betrayal, the total defeat, and to start over again as the Fool, number 0. Yeah, let's get some shadow work prompts. Okay. All of the decks I use within the reading, each reading, and it's different for each reading, right? They're all going to be listed in the description of each video if you're interested. The reason I love this deck is not only does it have a guidebook, but it has a workbook that comes with it. This is the shadow work deck. Okay, shadow work. Can I please get a shadow work card for Gemini or anybody watching this video? What do they need to start with? Thank you. Okay, we got 2. Root chakra, ground your energy. And divine feminine, creativity, freedom, and flow. Okay, so it's okay if you don't resonate or identify as a feminine. This could be for anybody, because we all have access to this energy and deserve to access this energy. So whether you're male, female, non-binary, two-spirit, gender fluid, no matter how you identify, there's a call to work with the divine feminine. Okay, this is beautiful. So root chakra, I am going to read on these, but if you have Aquarius in your chart, definitely check out the Aquarius reading. I will link it right here. But I talked about a visualization I do for the root chakra, although I didn't explain it was for the root chakra, so it's interesting these are tying in together, but it absolutely is a visualization. So check that reading out if you're feeling called. But let's see what the guidebook says. Okay. It's going to give a mantra as well as probably an activity. Let's see. Think about gravity, the invisible but powerful force that is responsible for keeping our feet on the ground so that we don't float off into the ether. That unseen force that connects us to the earth keeps us safe and centered. Yeah, Empress in reverse, you're feeling ungrounded. Although we don't reflect on it regularly, that rooted feeling makes it easier to make bold moves with the knowledge that we are grounded and secure. King of Pentacles in reverse. At the base of our spine, our root chakra acts like a tether, and when in balance, it grounds us and keeps us safe so that we can make decisions that will help us become more expansive. This card is showing up for you because there is something in your life that is knocking you off balance, messing with your center of gravity, and causing you to react from a place of fear rather than responding from a place of centeredness and peace. To get your root chakra back into alignment, spend some time grounding your energy. Try walking barefoot in the grass, doing some breath work in nature, and practicing a grounding mantra. All these things will help you release what is knocking you out of alignment so that you have a balanced root chakra once again. And so the mantra that they're providing in this book, I am centered and grounded in the present moment. I release any fears or anxieties that are disconnecting me from the knowledge that I am rooted, protected, and strong. So I definitely recommend writing that down. Pause the video, go back, listen to it, write it down. That is going to be really beneficial to start doing just on a daily basis to kind of help heal your root chakra, but also over time, repeating that mantra is going to act sort of like as a subliminal, right? To get you from Empress in reverse to Empress upright. Yeah. Okay. To get you from King of Pentacles in reverse to King of Pentacles upright. Those are very much earth energies. These are both Taurus cards. Maybe you have Taurus prominently in your chart. If not, it is just a call to become more grounded, more still, like Taurus. Okay. Next one. Divine Feminine. I'm not surprised this is coming out in Dark Goddess Moon Tarot. Okay, where are you? Yeah, it may take some digging into the Pandora's box. This is a metaphor. There's no table of contents, so I'm having to just sort of wing it here. But I feel like that is a message. Like, you might not get all of your answers. You're not going to get all of your answers. That was a strict energy coming out. You're not going to get all of your answers right away. It's 8 of Pentacles. It requires diligence and hard work and attention to detail. It requires coming back to the table to practice your craft over and over and over and over again. You don't get to the 10 of Pentacles by quick fixes, by get-rich-quick schemes. And this doesn't have to do with money. This could be a metaphor. Okay. Divine Feminine. Creativity, freedom, and flow. For too long, you have been out of balance with your feminine energy. By having either an excess or a lack of feminine energy, you've been navigating your world from imbalance. An excess of feminine energy can look like creation without action, codependency, mood swings. That's that King of Cups in reverse, mood swings. Manipulation, jealousy, boundary issues, and lack of focus. Now, don't click off if any of that triggered you, okay? Only take what resonates and leave the rest behind, as they say. But typically, when we are triggered by a word, a card, like if you instantly got like warm and you're like, I am not a jealous person, or I'm not manipulative, there's a there's a really important part of shadow work is to think about, is this informing me or is this affecting me? If it is affecting you, that's a shadow to look at. That's a Pandora's box to open. But if you're informed and you're like, yeah, I don't think I'm manipulative, but maybe I am codependent, or maybe I'm not having mood swings, but maybe I am creating without action. Listen to the guidance and listen to your intuition. Is this informing me or is this affecting me? And take what informs you. Leave the parts that you're like, that's not for me, but I'm informed now. Thank you. And the parts that are affecting you, open the Pandora's box. Take a closer look. Maybe you are being manipulative, but if not with others, maybe it's with yourself, There's different ways. So someone was really triggered. I could feel the trigger, and so that's why I'm talking about it. But okay, let's get back into it. Don't hide from the triggers. Uncover them. Illuminate them. That is how you heal. That is how you change your world, change your life. Okay. Oh. I don't know about that. Okay. A lack of feminine energy can look like a lack of creativity, sexual repression, disconnect or detachment, rigidity, or working too much. It can physically manifest as lower back pain, infertility issues, or bladder kidney problems, reproductive problems, addiction, urinary tract infections. Oh my goodness. My heart's going out to you if you're going through any of that. Being in full alignment with your divine feminine requires balance between your masculine and feminine energies. Okay, the mantra we have here. I awaken the flow of divine feminine energy within me, activating creation, freedom, and flow. So it'll be up to you as the individual, because this is a collective reading, to determine, do you think that maybe you have an excess of feminine energy, or do you believe maybe you have a lack of it right now? There's some sort of imbalance within your energy field. I'm wondering what the activity is. Some of these activities in the activity book that accompanies the guidebook are like not stuff we can do together for a collective reading. I am going to be offering personal one-on-one private shadow work tarot readings. So let me know if that's something you're interested in the comments. Okay. If I can't get an activity from this book, what I will do is pull some cards for this. So the exercise for this one, there's a couple. The first one is, it's just saying color this page while focusing on the process, not the outcome. So getting playful with your creativity. If you feel a creative block, create just to create. Don't create to create the final end product. Get some crayons or markers or paints and just throw some stuff on the page to get it out. The next exercise is called Let It Go. Release your attachment to the trauma you carry. Okay. You don't have to do this, but it's just here for those that want to have some exercises to work on the divine feminine energy within them. Think of one of the hardest moments in your life that you can consciously remember. So whatever just came to mind likely is the one that your higher self wants you to work on first. Name it. So write it down. Name what it is, what that hardest moment was. And then there's some follow-up questions. What did this moment teach you about yourself? So once again, you don't have to do this right now. You can write these down and come back later, or pause the video and do these exercises. You could save the video to watch later. Next question. How has this moment altered your behavior? Some of you really coming in hot with those mood swings and emotional dysregulation. That won't be for everybody, but there's a call to look at how this particular one of this hardest moment that your soul just brought up to you, how has it altered your behavior? I mean, this could be a lot of different things. It doesn't have to even be an outward expression. It could be an internal. Okay, next question. What would releasing your attachment to this moment mean for you and your life? What would releasing this attachment to this moment mean for you and your life? Oh, please let me know if you do these exercises. Let me know in the comments. You don't have to give your answers. Just say, I did the exercises and hopefully they helped. Or hopefully they got you in touch with your root chakra and divine feminine. Additionally, if you have any resources, I will put in some Reiki energy healing videos in the resource section in the description of this video. But if you have any root chakra grounding guided meditations that you found here on YouTube that you use, or anything similar that you feel called to share with our soul family here, please do share them, and then I'll pin the comment. Okay. Let's get some journaling prompts, and then we'll finish with an oracle card, like a closing message. And I kind of want to do self-care prompts instead of oracle. And then we'll do charms. Charm divination. Okay. Journaling prompt from the Codex of Questions for Gemini, or anybody watching this video. Journaling prompt. Thank you so much, Spirit. Oh, perfect. Thank you. Can you let it be easy? It doesn't feel easy when you're in the Ten of Swords and the Three of Swords. It does not feel. It's like, no, I can't let it be easy. Could you let this be easy, Spirit? Come on. But I totally I totally relate. It doesn't feel easy. But let's just see what the other cards that flew out say. Who do you trust the most besides yourself, and why? I just saw 32 on the timer. What would you do with your time if money were no issue? Now that is interesting, because we have been talking about the creativity. Whatever came to mind for this one, what would you do with your time if money were no issue? Can you let that be easy? And can you just start to implement more of that into your life? That's like the drawing exercise of like, can you just create to create and let it be easy? And if you do have someone in your life that you trust the most besides yourself, reflect on what qualities do they possess that allow me to trust them, and how can I bring more of that into my relationship with myself? I just heard. Okay, I just saw 34 on the timer, so something about progress, making progress, or the numbers 33 and 34 may be significant. Okay, let's get a self-care prompt, and then we'll close the reading with charms, because this is a lot of work. This is shadow work, honey. You're doing it, Gemini. Anybody watching? If this is resonating, you're definitely part of my soul family, honey. Subscribe to the channel. I would love to read for you. And like the video so that I know it's reaching the people it needs to, and so that YouTube will start showing my video to more people and will fix the algorithm for me. Thank you. I really appreciate all of you that do that. Okay, self-care prompt. Express yourself. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I can't even talk. I'm like so excited. Okay. You have things you need to say, so say them. Remember when I was like, I couldn't really talk and my throat chakra was closing up in the beginning of the reading? Oh my goodness. You have things you need to say, so say them, with an exclamation point, it says. Either speak to those involved so you can move on feeling empowered that you had the strength to be honest, or if you just need to get things out of your head so you can let go, write about it. This is a great way to put how you feel into words and process difficult emotions. Yeah, it's time to process these difficult emotions. Write about it. So if you want to take a screenshot of this journaling card, I'm going to try and hold it still. It's not even a journaling prompt deck. It's a self-care deck, but this is like, yeah, important. An important message for some of y'all, most of y'all. You have things you need to say, so say them. All right, let's get some charms. Charms can act as signs and synchronicities that your spirit team has been showing you in the past days or weeks. They can also be upcoming signs you'll receive from your spirit team. They can act as clarifiers or bring through additional messages. They're just fun little charms. Ooh, we only got 2 this time. Okay. We have a forest at night with a crescent moon and some pine trees. Something about being outside at night. If you're someone that goes camping, that is going to be, and you enjoy camping, or if you're interested in it and you haven't done it yet, this might be a call for your root chakra to help you feel grounded into Mother Earth, is by going camping and sleeping in a tent, like on the ground. You know what I mean? Or at least like, you know, walking around barefoot at your campsite amongst the trees. Talk to the trees, honey. They will listen. They will help you transmute. And then the other charm we have is a ladder. This also came out in the Aquarius reading. So definitely go check out the Aquarius reading if you are feeling called. Listen to the visualization I gave for the root chakra. All right, that is so beautiful, Gemini. Thank you for being here. If you are still here, please let me know by liking the video, and share if you feel so called. Share my channel. I also do collective readings, not just zodiac readings, so check that out if you feel called. And until the next time, I am sending you so much love. Take care.